Welcome to Smart Remarks, where the State of the Union is outraged!
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
So President Obama gave his State of the Union speech last night, and it was a good speech, as usual. You know, the president was funny, resolute, even defiant. They're all qualities you want to see in a leader at a time of crisis. He even called out the Supreme Court to its face for the heinous decision that's going to permit even more corporate campaign funds to flow into elections. And, you know, the thing is, we joke about outrage on this program, but there's plenty in this country to be legitimately outraged about. It's just that the right-wingers are firing at the wrong targets. Last night would be a case in point where Obama talked about imposing a fee on banks that received bailout money. Democrats applauded, but Republicans sat on their hands. And so what are Republicans saying here? Are they coming to the defense of the big banks? It strikes me that politically, Obama could destroy Republicans if he went legitimately populist on the banks. The people of this country are angry at the banks, at the recklessness which helped cause the crisis. And if you force Republicans to defend the financial elite, that kind of backs them into a corner. And the thing is, the Republicans and the Tea Party movement itself see sort of nothing odd about this, because Fox News had told them that, you know, capitalism good, government bad. Well, the banks represent capitalism, pinnacle perhaps of a certain style of capitalism, so they must be good. It must all be the fault of the government. Back here on planet Earth, things are a little bit different. You know, people are worried about their jobs, and they see Wall Street giving out massive bonuses once again. As the writer Andrew Sullivan wrote last week, quote, "The system is so corroded with vice, with selfishness, and most importantly, with contempt for the common good, it needs real reform." Make Republicans oppose that reform, and politically, they're dead. But here we get back to square one. You know, last night's speech sounded good, and polls show that Americans like the speech, but now Obama has got to turn words into action, and that's going to be hard. He talked, for example, last night about boosting American exports, which is a great idea until you start thinking about the fact that labor just costs so much less overseas, so how are we going to increase American production jobs? He talked about serious financial reform as being necessary, which it is, but Wall Street gave generously to Obama's campaign in 2008, and if he cracks down too hard, they're going to be even more generous with his Republican opponent in 2012. Populist Queen Sarah Palin will be swimming in Wall Street dough. Count on it. And while he talks about a spending freeze, and it sounds like a great idea, the reality is that the military and entitlement spending is going to be exempt. So how effective can it really be? No president can magically snap his fingers and make a 10% unemployment rate disappear. And Mr. Obama did inherit a structural mess. You know, so once again last night he talked about hope, and that was fine, but hope ain't a plan. Here's hoping Mr. Obama can follow through on his.
And our solutions aren't thousand-page bills that no one has fully read after being crafted behind closed doors with special interests. In fact, many of our proposals are available online.